All right, everybody, good morning. I'm also going to try to go live to YouTube right now and see if that helps out with uploading this video. So let's give it a try. And see what happens. All right, well, good morning and welcome to our Friday morning workouts for Glendale Community College's wellness program for our staff and faculty. I hope you are well. You can do this workout at any time on your own if you want to. What you'll need are either a pair of weights or a couple of water bottles that you can use as your weights. So just be careful, don't drink all the water out of them as you are doing it, because then the weights get lighter. So this workout today is going to focus on cardio and upper body. So if you want a little sneak preview, this is what we're about to do. I've set up my stopwatch, my handy dandy interval timer, and we'll get started with our warm up. And I'm just going to remind you, as always, if anything doesn't feel right, I will give you options. So pick which option feels best for you. But if at any time you don't feel well, stop. Don't continue to exercise. Listen to your body and make sure that you are respecting and loving it. All right, let's get started. So you can turn on your own music at home if you want to. That sometimes helps with our motivation and our mood. So let's start with these shoulder rolls up and back. Kind of get the neck and shoulders loosened up. And those of you who are joining me live, you can let me know at any point if you can't hear me or something like that.
Hi, Erin.
Hi, good morning.
How are you?
Good to see you.
You.
All right, let's roll those shoulders the other direction. Whatever direction you were doing before, roll them back the other way. You could even get a little bit of back movement in here. All right, loosening all that up. All right, shake it out. Let's get some big arm circles going. Reach up and back, almost like you're swimming. And you can get some torso rotation there too. And we're gonna go slowly in the very beginning, and then as we get warmer, we can start speeding it up a little bit. And go a little bit faster. Getting all those joints loosened up. Let's reverse it, go the opposite direction. We're going to be doing a lot of upper body stuff today, so we want to make sure that our shoulders especially are nice and warm. Ooh, starting to feel the burn a little bit. That's good. All right, shake it out right here. Let's go ahead and bring our heart rate up a little bit too. So we're gonna start with just a heel dig right here. I was gonna start with a march, but I think the timing will be better if we do our heel dig. Because what we're going to do next is actually a turn and punch. All right, so you'll turn and punch, and the other foot goes to the toe behind you. Now, it's not a huge, quick movement. We're not snapping our joints. It's more like a press. And if you're getting dizzy, just go ahead and look forward. Don't turn your head so much. All right, let's pick it up. So we're getting a little bit of that upper body stretch as well. Looking good. Torso stays up really tall. Trying not to arch around the neck or back. Awesome. All right, let's go ahead and extend that arm over the top now and reach. Getting that nice stretch along the side of our body. Warming up that heart rate and the shoulders too. Nice deep breathing. Starting to feel good. All right, on this same vein, we're actually gonna pause right here. Put your arms out, and you're gonna pretend you're holding onto a rope. We're going to turn the same leg that's out, turn it down, twist that rope, and then pull in the opposite direction. and then switch. Switch feet, twist that rope behind us, and pull in the other direction. And I'm gonna do this slowly so that we don't end up pulling anything in our mid-back, which is often very tight with all this online teaching that we're doing. So get that nice stretch here in that mid and upper back. One more each side. Beautiful. All right, shake it out. Let's get down to these hips. Marching. Bring up that knee to about your waist height. Okay, now you can determine how high you want this to be. As long as your torso stays upright, no leaning back, no crunching forward, straight up and down. Getting those hips warmed up. Keep going, everybody. I'm gonna check in with those we're live with. Awesome, looking good. Keep it going. Bringing your heart rate up just a little bit. All right, we're going to go out to the side. So still marching. I like to just leave my hands up here for reference. Feel that nice little stretch in our inner thighs, our adductors. Yep, my heart rate's coming up. I'm wearing my MyZone heart rate monitor, which if you are staff and faculty at GCC, you can also order one. I think they're still doing that, but you'll need to contact Coach Plord, the coordinator. All right, go ahead and switch to butt kickers. So this is bringing your heel up behind you. You don't have to kick your own butt, but try. And try not to let that knee come forward. So we're not marching here. We're keeping the knees pointing down, bringing that heel up in the back. Just stepping side to side. All right, I want to add some arms to this myself. That's an option for you. Got to get my timing right. Pull back as the feet come up behind you. Shoulders are down. Deep breathing. I hope you have some nice tunes going. It never works for me to put music on here. That's something I have to figure out still. I'm learning so much this semester. What to do, what not to do. All right, switching in 4, 3, 2, 1. We're going to a regular squat. Just hold your hands in front of you. Nice slow squat. Check your form out here, okay? Knees follow your toes. Chest is lifted. Sit back like you're sitting into a chair. Abs are tight. Go at your own pace. Go only as deep as you feel comfortable. You can also step out a little wider if that's more comfortable. Good. All right, now we're gonna add our kick. Bring the knee up and extend. Very gentle, no snapping the joints. We wanna be nice to our joints. Drive that stance leg into the ground as you bring the knee up and extend. Drive it. There you go. I don't know about you, but this is getting my heart rate up. I think it's working. Awesome. All right, we're going to transition 2 more, then we'll transition to a kick to the side. So we're gonna step, squat, step together, shift all of our weight onto the stance leg and lift it out to the side. Step, squat, step together, and kick to the side. Now it doesn't have to be this high. I know mine's not that high, but it can also be down here. Give you a little balance challenge. All right, let's do 6 more. Here we go. Whew. 4 more. 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead and heel dig it out. All right, make sure you have some water with you, water or coffee, whatever gets you jazzed up in the morning. I need some of this. All right, we're going to start on our mini circuit here. 10 more seconds. You're doing your heel digs. Keep your heart rate going. All right, here we go. 3, 2, 1. Jumping jacks. So modification here. We're doing this for 40 seconds. Once we get halfway, I'll show you how you can amp it up. Just stepping out to the side. All right, if you want more, you're going for a full jumping jack, like this. This is the impact version. So do what's right for you and your joints. Almost there. Three, 2, 1, done. All right, next up we have push-ups. Okay, so push-ups you can do on your knees or on your feet. Make sure your hands are in line with your chest, your elbows are coming back and down in the letter A shape beside you. Here we go for 40 seconds. Just do as many as you can. Abs are tight. I'll show you. Modified first. I don't cross my legs with these. I like to keep my legs straight. Abs are tight. Booty is tight. Watch your neck. Tuck your chin back. No arching that neck. No straining that neck. You got it. Okay, I'm gonna finish these out with the standard push-ups. Do as many as you can at your own pace. You don't have to touch your chest to the ground. 2, 1, done. All right, slowly come up, still breathing. We're going to do our steam engine next. That's our second cardio move for this circuit. So hands behind your head, get ready. 4, 3, 2, 1. March it up and turn towards that opposite knee. Whew. This gets cardio and your core at the same time. So note here, I'm not crunching down. Okay, not that that's bad per se, but it might be too much flexion on that spine right now. This early in the morning, maybe we don't need that yet. Also, keeping your core nice and straight actually helps your core to develop endurance. And done, relax, shake it out. We have one more move, it's for your back. And this is kind of how we are creative in getting an exercise to work your back. So you're gonna take a split stance right here, okay? Hinge at the hips. Reach the arms over your head and go. Pulling down and back into a W. Make sure you look at the ground. Reaching up and pulling down. It's almost like we're doing a lat pull down. And from the top, it looks like this, but you're bending over. Try not to shrug those shoulders, just reach, pull. Focus on the squeeze as you pull. We're not arching that neck. We're just squeezing the back. 3, 2, 1, done. Mini break. Then we're coming back to those jumping jacks. All right. How are you doing? That was just one round. You can do it. I know you can. We got 2 more. Catch your breath right here. I'm going to do half the jumping jacks modified. Let's go. At 20 seconds through, we'll go ahead and switch to the full version. But you can stay right here. Go at your own pace. All right, if you're with me, let's do the high impact version. Here we go. Jumping jacks. This is going to burn. 3, 2, 1. Okay, march it out. Heel digs. Do what you gotta do. Don't stop moving. Your blood pressure will drop. You might get dizzy. So keep wiggling whatever you're doing. Next up is push-ups. Now you can do these on the wall too. Let me show you. Start your push-ups just like this. Elbows still come back out to the side like the letter A. Body is still straight as a board. All right? Or you can be down on the ground. Your modified push-ups on your knees, right? Or if you want more strength, get up on those toes. Let's see it. Full push-ups. Just do as many as you can. Slow and controlled. It's not a race. Not a race. And done. All right, rest here. 20 seconds. Next up is our steam engine. Shake out those arms. This is how I know I designed a good workout, if it's getting me too. All right, here we go. Steam engine, hands behind your head. Bring those knees up and twist. Now you can go as slow or fast with this as you want. If you want extra, the extra is adding a squat, squat, and twist. So this is up to you. If you want to go for a little more cardio, a little more burn. Still not crunching. I'm still not crunching. Straight up tall. 5 more seconds. 3, 2, 1, and rest. All right, heel digs, wiggle it out. We have our back move. I'm calling this a standing hinge and a W. I don't know if there's another fancy name, but here it goes. Hinge at those hips, reach overhead, pull down and back. Really squeezing. Try to squeeze your elbows towards your rib cage. Squeeze your shoulder blades together. You're pinching a pencil or cracking a walnut in between your scapula. 3, 2, 1, rest. Shake it out. We have one more round of this. How are we doing, everybody? Good? Yes, all right. Keep up the good work. Shake it out. First one up is jumping jacks. We'll do it just like we did before. Ready and go. I'm doing modified for 20 seconds. Full jumping jacks for the second half. But you can keep it right here if you want. Still working my heart, still getting my heart rate up. All right, if you're with me, 2, 1, go. Amp it up. Here we go. Sometimes it's hard to keep this smile on my face. Smile through the burn. Two, one, done. All right, tap it out. We have push-ups next. I know it's everyone's favorite. Least favorite. All right, here we go. Pick your push-up position, wall. Modified on the floor, standard on the floor, it's up to you. And go. Nice tight core. Lowering the whole body. Push the ground away. Lower the whole body. Push the ground away. I like to exhale as I press. All right, here we go. Got to get some of these standard push-ups. We want those strong arms. And done. All right, bring it up gently and carefully, nice and slow. Heel tap it out. We have our steam engine next. Shake out those arms. Give yourself a big hug. I know, I'm messing up the microphone. Sorry. Here we go. Hands behind the head, hand twist. Abs are tight, core is tight. We're feeling this. Opening up that chest. This is a nice stretch after all those push-ups. So do your best to keep these elbows open. Twist from the trunk. Try not to be here. That's lazy. Oh no, we can't do that. Open up those elbows. Chest up tall. If you're getting dizzy, look forward. You got it. 3, 2, 1. Done. Shake it out. All right, heel dig it out. One more move and then we get a real break. I promise. All right. We're going to get into that hinge. I recommend you switch legs each time. So if you didn't last time, do it this time. Step back with the opposite. Hinge, reach, and squeeze. If you do this right, it's a nice stretch over the top of your shoulders. And if you want more, you can hinge down a little bit more. Really squeeze. Now, if you had a band, you could also do this with a band. But I'm just going free form right now. Body weight only. Don't worry, we'll pick up the weights. If you got them. Almost there. Really squeeze. 5 seconds. And last squeeze. All right, shake it out. Whew. I'm going to pause. Press pause. Let's get a real break right here. Check in with everybody. You're doing okay?
Yeah.
Water?
Okay. Yes.
Water's good. Water is really good. Especially when your heart rate is coming up this much. You've got to stay hydrated, okay? And you're sweating, you're losing fluid. So yes, I have my unicorn blood, my coffee here too. Only for those who are not sensitive and don't have high blood pressure. Mine's very low. So water, coffee, hydrate. All right, I'll give you about 30 more seconds. To rest. Let's preview what we're going to do. We have mini circuit number 2 right here. Ooh, how do I make this straight here? There we go. Reverse lunge and kick, front and side raise. Now this one is with your weights. Light weights are optional. Then we'll go reverse lunge and kick on the left, bicep curls and kickbacks. So I recommend a pair of weights, you know, somewhere in the 3 to 10 pound range. Try it, you know, if you're real strong, real buff, you might be able to do some of these moves with higher weight, but go easy on yourself, all right? Okay, here we go. We have 15 seconds before our first one, which is going to be a reverse lunge and kick on one side. I'm starting with my right, but you can start with either side. Just remember which one you started with, okay? 2, 1, and go. Reverse lunge, then up and kick. Okay, we're stepping back. Knee stays in line with the toes. We're bringing that knee up and extending. Now, it doesn't have to be this high. You can be right here. You can do a small one like this, kind of like a dance move. That's up to you. Or you can go full into the lunge and kick. Drop the knee down towards the floor, keeping our back in neutral, spine in neutral. Drive it up with that leg in the front. It gets your heart rate, gets you a little lower body too. and done. Rest. Okay, now I'm gonna pick lighter weights for this one, just for the first set. Oh, also because they're this pretty dusty blue. The dust wasn't originally on there. Okay, front and side raises. Stand up tall, shoulders down and back. We're going up to the front, shoulder height, and then to the side. All right, here we go. Up to the front, and then out to the side. No momentum, no bouncing here. Slow and controlled. Make your shoulders do the work. Now, if this does up your shoulders, my recommendation is to try it thumbs up, okay? See if that feels better. And you can have that option. Do it either way, thumbs up or palms down, whichever feels better to you. Get one more in, and done. All right. Our next one is going to be that reverse lunge and kick, now just on the other leg. So I'm gonna use my left leg. Goodness, I should have brought a towel. I'm sweating. All right, I guess that's a good sign. Here we go, stepping back with your other foot, your left, if you're following me, and kick it up front. Now remember, we're not walking a tightrope here. So make sure your feet are on train tracks, still parallel, not behind each other, okay? That'll throw you off balance, just like it does to me. Let me show you this from the side view so you can see I'm popping straight down, and up, and kick. And the kick is gentle, knee comes up first, and we extend, and done. All right, now we have bicep curls, and then tricep kickbacks. So for this one, you may wanna use that heavier pair of weights. I'm gonna graduate up to my next pair of weights. It's a standard bicep curl. I'll show you some options. Roll those shoulders down and back. You can start here, turn the weights up as you curl them up. Or if you want a little extra burn, hold them flat in front of you and curl them up. I'm gonna try not to hit my microphone here. No momentum, really focusing on that bicep. No, this is not gonna give you enormous biceps. Sorry, I know that's what you really wanted. No Popeye. It's gonna give you that strength to pick up a heavy box. And rest. Now you can set the weights down if you want to, or keep holding on to them if you want a little extra burn. We have kickbacks next. So we're gonna do these at the same time. The key here is to hinge at the hips. You can do both feet parallel, or you can do that split stance like we had. Let's go. Hinge at the hips, elbows up, press them back. Now we don't want to swing with this. We want it to be slow and controlled, so we really feel that tricep, the back of the arm. The part of our arm that wiggles when we wave. So, big mistake here would be to hunch, all right? Shoulders are down and back. Shoulders are ear poison. Keep them away from the ears. Extend those arms. We're almost there. It's burning. 3, 2, 1, and done. Relax. Set those weights down. All right. Starting back at the top with that reverse lunge and kick. I'm gonna start on the right side again. In 3, 2, 1, here we go. Stepping back, up and kick. Shoulders are down. Nice tall chest. Oh, we have a guest. I think she's a monster. That's funny. All right, Gigi, are you gonna help me? Or are you gonna go watch your show? Your Saturday morning cartoons on a Friday morning. Almost done. Yeah, do it. 5 seconds. You did? You went under the tent. And rest. That's awesome. High five. Yeah. Okay. Here we go. Shoulders. Front and side raise. I'm going to try these with the heavier weights. And Gigi's going to try it too. All right, here we go. 3, 2, 1. Ready? Lift to the front. Then lift to the side. Woo! Look at you go. Oh, yeah. Whoa, those are heavy weights for a kiddo. I know, 3 pounds is heavy. You got it. Got to start them young, you know. Whew, you did it. I'm proud of you, but you got to stay back from mama's weights now. All right? I don't want to hit you in the head. Whew, that would be a failed video. Not so good. 3, 2, 1, done. Okay, Gigi, are you ready? Are you ready? We're going to do lunge and kick. What?
I close your eyes, you open your eyes up.
She's on YouTube.
All right, she's trying to tell me about her tent. Here we go, ready? Ready, here we go. Step back and kick. Can you do it? Kick, woo! She's got it. She's got it.
So cute.
Don't fall now. Nice tight belly. Good. Good balance. You know, if we go too fast, sometimes we fall down. So that's why we go slow. We make sure our form is good. Yeah. If you lose your balance, you just touch right back down. And done. Okay. All right, Gigi. Hey, we have more workout to do. So if you go inside, I'll meet you there later, okay? Thank you so much. Yeah. All right. Okay, grab those weights. We have those bicep curls. Now you can do them hammer style too, just like this. Curl them up to the shoulder. So this is a hammer curl. It still works the bicep. Just getting it a different way. Shoulders stay down. Rib cage down. No arching of the back. I see people do this sometimes. We don't want that. Keep those abs working. Your knees can be slightly bent. Focusing on the arms. Almost there. 3, 2, 1. One more. And relax. All right. Next up is our kickbacks. So you can hang on to these weights. You can swap out your weights if you want to. I'm going to get sweat in my eyes. That's what I'm going to do. All right. We'll go into our hinge, our hip hinge. Abs tight, nice flat back. Row them up to your sides and extend that elbow. Now, it's okay if you're here. This is still valid. This is still a kickback. As long as we're keeping our shoulders tucked into our back, away from the ears. Still breathing. No swinging. Working on those triceps. You got this, we're almost there. Less than 10 seconds. I don't lie to you about the time. 3, 2, 1, done. Whew, I might have to go with the lighter pair of weights. This will take it out of you, okay. 10 more seconds. Here we go. Right leg or left leg. Step back, up and kick. This is our last round. Then we're gonna do some quiet burpees. Quiet burpees, no impact burpees. And be done. You got this. You should be proud of yourself for going this far and still going. Even the toddler left us. That's all right. You got this. 5 seconds. Make it burn. Pow. All right. We're doing our shoulder raise. I'm going back to the lighter weights so I can really focus, concentrate on my form, concentrate on the burn. Here we go, front and side raise. Let's go. Bring them up, then out to the side. If you want a little extra burn, hold it. Pause at the top. Feel that squeeze in your shoulder. Make sure we're not using momentum, not arching the back. Abs are tight. Shoulders are down. The classic cues. Here we go. And done. All right. Opposite leg is going back this time. Last one of these reverse lunge and kicks. Maybe you can envision something, I don't know, like the year 2020 or COVID, and kick it. Get out of here. I'm not gonna bring politics into this at all, but get out of here.
Agree with you.
Anything you want. Envision it, kicking it out. We're kicking it out of 2020. Keep that core braced. Drive into the ground with that opposite leg. That's your sturdy leg, your stance leg. Almost there. 3, 2, give me one more. Kapow! All right. Bicep curls, tricep kickbacks coming your way. All right. Catch your breath. 5 more seconds. Here we go. And curl it up. Go. Slow and controlled. You don't have to have your stance as wide as I do. Whatever feels comfortable. Whatever helps you maintain your good form. Oh yeah. Already starting to burn. Now you can switch it up here. Do the one with the turn, but slow on the way down. The tendency is to swing here and do some of these. Nope. Slow. Slow on the way up, slow on the way down. One more. Ha! Get that extra one in whenever you can. All right, and last move is our kickbacks. Get those triceps right here. Get that horseshoe definition. That's bodybuilding. Here we go. Hinge at the hips, elbows up, press them back. Slow and controlled with this one too. I know, my body wants to swing them. Trust me, I know all the ways to cheat. I even invented some new ones. We're over halfway there. Keep pressing it back. Feel the burn. If you need extra burn, you hold it. Woo-hoo, that's some extra burn right there. 3, 2, 1, and done. All right, get rid of these weights. Set them down. Legit break. Whew, grab that water. I'm not sweating. I'm not sweating, you're sweating. All right, it's 8:44. That means we have time for just one more finisher, which is going to be our quiet burpees. So quiet burpees, I'm just gonna show you what it looks like, okay? And there are some options here. So quiet burpees means we don't have a jump, no jumping, no impact. It's still cardio, trust me. All right, so for this one, we're going to get down to the floor. Just remember, try not to hunch or round your shoulders up like this. So we're gonna go down. You can bend your knees down to the floor, step the feet back, okay? Then step them up. I like to go outside of my hands here. It's more comfortable for me. And then we stand, okay? Back, up, stand and reach. And even at the top, you can squeeze your glutes, make it work for you. All right, can we do this?
Yeah.
Let's do it. Okay, 10 more seconds and then we start. Now remember, go as slow or as fast as you want to. You can also make noisy burpees if you want, but we're doing this for 40 seconds. And go. Down, step back, and reach up. So you're also getting a little bit of a hip stretch here. Yep. Yeah. Keep going, 10 more seconds. Try to keep your feet quieter than that. Ooh, real quiet. 3, 2, can you get one more in? Done. Okay, rest. 2 more rounds. Here we go. Shake it out. You know, sometimes your heart rate doesn't come up until after you're done. So here, I don't know if you can see that. I'll show you mine. Ready? Again. This is full body. Get that squeeze. Squeeze. Breathe. Yes. Now I can't see the timer. I just have to trust it. Now you can also go, if you're real flexible, I'll show you on the next one. All right, done. Whew. Catch your breath. We got one more. What I was gonna tell you was you can go narrower if you're real flexible, but my hips are kind of tight from all the sitting, so that's why I go wide. Ready, set, bake. I mean, burpee. We got this. Come on. You can even just touch down and touch up as a modification. It's up to you. Those are up and downs. Done. Yes. All right, we did it. March it out. I'm gonna get rid of this stupid timer. No more interval timer. Okay, keep moving. Grab your water. Woo, there it is. 90%. Yikes. I guess this was a good workout, huh? I guess it worked.
Yeah. Great.
Catch that breath. Here we go. Then we're gonna spend the rest of the time cooling down and stretching it out. All right, here we go. Heel digs. Nice deep breathing. All right, let's roll those shoulders back again. Roll them up and back as you're doing your heel digs. Nice deep breathing. Bringing that heart rate back down. I'm about 80 now, so that means I'm recovering. All right, let's see if I can get down to 70. I'd like to be down, there it is. I'd like to be down to 60, the 60% range by the end of the cool down, at least. I don't want to just stop. All right, put one foot out and we're gonna do some air scoops. So one foot out in front of you, toes up, knees straight, and we're scooping the air and reach up. This will feel like a nice stretch along that hamstring. Even though we didn't really lift a whole lot on our hamstrings, they're still working. Anytime you do cardio, your legs are working. When you're sitting at your desk, these get really tight too. Hamstrings and hip flexors. All right, switch legs. Same thing, heel up. Try to keep the other foot forward if you can. Oh, little scoop first if you need it. If it feels tight, only go to the point of tension. We're not forcing these stretches. And stand all the way up. All right, one more. And done. Here we go. Let's step back into the world's greatest stretch. So I'll show you some options here. From the side, you can go into a big lunge like this and place your hand on the ground, or drop the knee behind you and get your stretch here. It's up to you. So knee extended or knee down, doesn't matter. Place that opposite hand next to your foot, and you're gonna turn and extend the arm up. Now, if you feel comfortable, turn your face up towards the ceiling. You get a little extra stretch there. Press the hips open. Got some sweat in my ear. Press those hips open towards the ground. Nice deep breathing. Shoulders away from the ears. Get that twist into your back. All right, bring it down. Now, if you had your knee up, go ahead and drop it. We're going to do our extra hip flexor stretch here. So tuck the hips under. Feel that stretch in your hip flexors. Then you can bring that same arm up and lean. Oh yeah. That gets it. Nice. Release that stretch. Let's switch legs. I'm going to show you here from an angle. So get into that world's greatest stretch with your knee extended or on your knee, up to you. Okay, make sure you're on a mat though if you're going knee down here. Turn and twist. Reach up towards the ceiling. Extend that back leg. Press the hips towards the ground. If you feel comfortable, turn your face and look up at your hand. Woo. Bring it down, drop the knee in the back. You might have to shorten your stance up here just a little bit. All right, tuck the hips under, and then that same arm goes up. And option to lean towards the other side. This gets the lats, gets the hip flexors really well. If you lose your balance, catch yourself. And slowly release that stretch. All right, we did do upper body today, so let's not forget to stretch that. You can find the back of a sofa, a chair, whatever you can hang on to. In fact, here, I'll grab a chair and show you. So get the back of a sofa, a chair, and all you're gonna do is put your hands on top, walk back, and then stretch that back out. Try to push your shoulders forward. Get some nice extension in the back. And slowly bring it up. All right. Last one here, and then I'll let you go. Let's go ahead and stretch those adductors, those inner thighs. So turn your feet out wide like we're doing a sumo squat here. And then we're gonna drop down just a little bit. Feel a little stretch here. You can press your knees out. This is actually an old school stretch. I really like it still. So you have your hands on top of your knees right here. Knees are pointing the same direction as your feet. And we can drop one shoulder in, press that knee out, and then switch. Drop the other shoulder. Switch back and forth, nice and slow. Keeping the shoulder away from your ears. One more each side. Whoop, there goes my phone. And then bring it up. Let's go ahead and inhale. Reach up tall and then pull those arms into a W right here. So we're stretching out this part of your chest. Oh, feels good. All right, here we go. 2 more. Reach up and pull down. And last one, reach up and pull down. And that's it. Give yourselves a big round of applause. You did it. You should be proud of yourself.
Hey, Erin.
Hey, hold on just a second.
How are you?
I'm doing well, thank you.
Hey, are you going